So what's special about them is they're actually parents to amazing twins that they got through surrogacy, Pasan and Damien.
People who are not parents would think, oh, they're going to have a plan.
Right.
Everything's going to be according to like...
These are questions that I have, actually.
Yeah. You will not have time to be coming up with a plan.
Yeah. Every day is a comes.
Yeah. So in the UK, it's parent 1 and parent 2, and not mother and father.
That's much more inclusive than, calling father and mother, right? It seems very impossible to me, like, especially being gay and especially being two gay men, having kids and raising them, because we were always told that for a kid to grow up properly, like you need a father and a mother together.
Yeah, I think that's the key message. It's not a mother and father. I think you just imagine you have the biological mother and biological father, but like there's no love for that child. And you see so many of this. But how is that better than two people who love these children unconditionally to the moon and back?
Hi, this is Supun and this is Linda Langa. So today's episode is a little special to me. Actually, this is something that I was actually looking forward to because of the amazing guests that we have on board today, Pasan and Damien. So they're a gay couple who live in the UK. So what's special about them is they're actually parents to amazing twins that they got through surrogacy. So that's something that amazes me actually. Not something that you usually see, especially where I'm from, right? You don't see it at all in Sri Lanka. So, Pasan and Damien, welcome to Linda Langa.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here.
How are you doing? How's your
we're good.
week?
So the twins have just gone to bed, so we have a bit of time for ourselves, and we're able to do this with you.
It's our adult time. Well, adults and dogs got.
That's your third. Oh, you have two actually, right?
Yeah.
So two dogs. Oh, wow.
So they're twins as well. They were the first twins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So like twins are sleeping, and the other twins get to pet your petting and everything.
Exactly. So they get their quality cuddle time now.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah. So let's talk about yourselves. So what do you do? I know you're both teachers, and that's another special thing about you, like being gay and being teachers. So let's talk about you and who you are, and whatever that you want to talk about yourselves.
Yeah, you're learning first.
And you go first.
So my name is Pasan, and I'm originally from Sri Lanka. I grew up there, and I came here when I was 18 to the UK. When I was 18 for university and my further studies. And then I actually went back home for 1 year, and I was a teacher in Sri Lanka as well. And then I came back, did my master's, did my teacher training, and I've been teaching since 2012,
Right.
up until now. Although I have taken 1 year out to be with the babies. So this is the first year I'm actually taking a career break to be with the twins.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Damien. So I am from the UK, originally from the north. I came south for university. It was sort of just at the tail end of my university time that I met Pasan. We sort of reconnected in London. I did a couple of years working in the city before he convinced me into the world of education. I'm trying to get everyone to teaching, and it's been successful. It worked on me. I've been a teacher for my 10th year now. Although I am also taking a year out from working in the schools and doing online work this year, just so we can be at home lots with our two newborns, Liko and River, and we're loving it.
Nice. Yeah, that's something like so my partner and I we were like my partner always wanted a kid, maybe adopt a kid, but something that I always told him was like it's a huge responsibility, right? Like having kids is a huge responsibility, and it requires a lot of time. You need to spend a lot of time on them, and you need to focus on them and all that. But then again, it basically you had to take time off to focus on your kids, right? Which is amazing. And I mean, so how long have you been together? Like as a couple?
12 years? What would it have been? 2014 or just
Wow.
start 2015. So
Yeah.
are we now? 2025? 10 years.
10 years.
Oh, yeah, 10 years.
It's a good thing you don't teach math.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So you met at the university, right? You guys met at the university.
Well, not quite. So Damon was at the university, and I went to his university to maybe look at a PhD in education. And yeah, we just met whilst I was there for like it was a research weekend. Yeah, we went.
How
at the
was
same
that
university.
experience? How,
We thought like we met online, and so we didn't realize it'll amount to anything. It could have been just like one of those things, a one-off encounter. But then we decided to kind of keep in touch in a way.
At the time, I wasn't supposed to move into London. I had a job up in the north of England. And then sort of that changed. All of a sudden, I was coming to London. And as soon as I got there, I got back in touch with Pasan, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Nice. I think when I talked to Pasan yesterday, I think it was his. I think Pasan wanted a kid first, right? I think probably you brought that idea up for the first time.
Right? Yeah. I was telling that like even when I used to go on dates, I would be asking people like, "Oh, you want a child? You want a baby? No, okay,
right." That's one of the items that you say.
I perhaps haven't really. Sorry, I just moved the camera. I haven't so much been thinking about children, or at least it hadn't occurred to me that was a path my life might take. And I think that's probably similar for a lot of young gay people back at that time, that you didn't see other gay couples with children. You didn't think it was really an option, or at least that was the case for myself. So it's never occurred to me that I might have children or be able to. Whereas Pasan, he always knows what he wants and usually gets what he wants.
That's another thing. Yeah.
And I think quite interestingly, what Damien was going through then, which is a long time ago, is probably what's happening in Sri Lanka right now, and like other places where it's very conservative and where LGBT rights aren't as conventional as it is in the UK. So people might be thinking, yeah, this is not even a dream I should be having. Why even kind of consider this as something? Because I'm not going to be able to achieve it. But it's always good to dream, is what I say.
Yeah, like when I told you that, like my partner Suranga, he brought up this idea, and at the time it was even until I actually saw you guys, like having 2 kids, not just one. It seems very impossible to me, like especially being gay and especially being 2 gay men having kids and raising them, and like should we have a woman in the in the picture to because we were always told that a family is between a man and a woman, and we should always have a mother. That's one of the arguments, even like people bring up, that for a kid to grow up properly, like you need a father and a mother together, which is, I mean, not something that I agree with. But then again, you have that in the back of your mind, right? You've been always groomed that way. So it makes you feel it's impossible to be gay parents, and raise kids. But then again, when I saw you guys, like, it was like, okay, I do have a reference to, look up to. So it's possible. Like it's not as impossible as I thought. It's possible. It's happening. So yeah, I wanted to let you talk about, like, so Pasan brought up the idea, and then you were on board about it. How did that proceed from that that idea? Like, how did that happen?
Well, so yeah, I think early on in our relationship, it's something you talk about. I think whether you're a homosexual couple, a heterosexual couple, do you want children? And I think for me, looking sort of back 9-10 years ago, the answer was maybe, and then soon became yes. Obviously, that was something we both definitely did want. Once I've sort of got my head around that it was an option for us. And I think in my mind, even back then, not that long ago, 8-9 years ago, surrogacy wasn't something which I had sort of ever considered. I didn't really think that was an option for me having a child. And I think that's because I didn't know of any gay couples who'd had children through surrogacy. I think I thought the only option to have a child would be adoption, which was something I was very much sort of for. We explored lots of different paths to parenthood back then. Adoption, fostering, and of course surrogacy. And surrogacy was the right one for us. We looked a little bit into adoption, but soon very quickly realized that it was important. In particular, Pasan, he wanted a child of his DNA. Children in the it's a complicated process. Certainly in the UK, the adoption process.
That's something that I wanted to. That's something that I wanted to talk about also. Like based on what I knew before I actually talked to Pasan, was that surrogacy is almost impossible thing to do. Like it's a huge, long, complicated process where like a lot of people even like give up sometimes. That's based on what I heard, right? So how was that for you? Like, so you basically decided, okay, we are gonna, we are going to be parents, we are going to get kids, and then you probably started looking for ways to do it, right? You found surrogacy would be the way to do it. So how was that experience, or like how did that happen? What was your process? Was it a very complicated, difficult process, or was it easier for you? Like, can you explain that? Like how you went through that?
In the UK, surrogacy, to advertise for surrogacy is illegal, but surrogacy in itself isn't illegal. So it's it's an odd area. So you can't pay someone to be a surrogate, but you can and expected to pay for expenses for the person being pregnant with your child. So, for example, we can't put an advert saying we are looking for a surrogate, and a surrogate can't say, "Look, I'm a surrogate. Would anyone want me to come and help you out?" Because we've seen this in on social media, or especially in Canada, there's lots of people on their profile saying we are looking for a surrogate, and surrogates do the same thing. So the law is different in Canada and in the UK. So which meant we had to join kind of groups, Facebook groups, where it's like a community of people.
Right. Having a bit of a fight.
The two brothers are not happy with each other.
Come on, Baba.
Are they both males?
Yeah.
Twins as well, right?
Yeah. So, so we had to join like a community of people who want to be surrogates and people who are looking for surrogates, again, without kind of advertising. So you join like a social and you get to know them. And once you get to know them, then after a while, the surrogate can approach you and say, "Look, I'd like to to help you out." And after that point, there is a 3-month kind of getting to know stage to make sure everyone's on the same page, because it could be like you have different ideas of birthing, different expectations whilst you're pregnant, etc. So to kind of speak all of that out. Now we got nowhere near that stage. We went to lots of socials. We kind of updated our Facebook in the group, like saying, "Oh, here's what we did. We ate an ice cream today, etc." But we were not very successful in finding anyone.
Yeah, so we spent about 3 years, at least 3 years, sort of being part of those groups in the UK. We really hoped to find a surrogate in the UK for lots of reasons. The main two, probably joint, really. One being we would have liked our children to have had a relationship with their surrogates. You know, it's important to us that our children will know their origin stories. You know, just as soon as they are old enough to understand that. I mean, there's no hiding from it.
That's
There's
interesting
no
because what I've seen before, like they try to at least with commercial surrogacy, they try to once you adopt the baby, you sort of break ties with the actual surrogate, right?
Yeah.
So this is really interesting. So you wanted the mom to be in the picture, right? You wanted her to be
We'd have liked them
around.
to have known their surrogate mother. That's you know that's
That makes sense. Right?
one of the most important parts of who they are. The fact that how they came into the world, that someone gave this incredible gift of bringing them into the world.
But that would have looked like not someone who's always there. It could be like this person, like an auntie that you know, kind of thing. Like you don't see them all the time. They might be there for your birthdays or whatever, but like you're not constantly there. And yeah, so I think we started all of this during 2020. And then COVID hit and it became kind of more difficult. And yeah, we still kind of persevered. It was quite stressful, so I think we paused for a while as well because we were like, we're getting nowhere with this. And again, there's like we're fairly extroverted, outgoing kind of people, so like we're wondering like, what are we doing different? What are we doing wrong? What can we do differently? And there's no kind of rhyme or reason as to what gets attracted.
I think just like a lot of other couples, you know, it's the numbers are against you. There are so many more couples, both homosexual and heterosexual. In fact, not just couples, single people as well, who are really hoping that a surrogate might you know be that person to make that kind offer. But there's so many more people looking for a surrogate than there are surrogates out there. In the UK. So we got to a point where we decided it was time to look at other avenues. And I said there were two reasons why we were really hoping for the UK. One of them being that we'd have liked our children to have known their surrogate. The second one is financial. In the UK, you know, you pay expenses, and that can and will be a lot of money. But overseas, for commercial surrogacy, America, Canada, Cyprus, it's commercial surrogacy you're paying. So there comes a premium with that.
Yeah, that's another thing that I've heard. Basically, that it can be really especially in North America, it can be really expensive.
America was never an option because I think America would have been twice or three times the price of Canada or Mexico or Cyprus. And I think obviously we're teachers, so we don't make a lot of money either. But because we were saving since 2020 for the expenses, etc., and we were able to save, I think that's the reason why we were able to
we always had it in the back of our mind we might need to go abroad and
and we don't know how expensive it'll be as well. So any money we could, we just kind of put it in savings.
Right. And what was your option finally? How did you get it done?
So I think through these groups, and these groups have been kind of good in the sense we were able to meet other people who were going through the same thing, and we made some really good friends through that. And then we spoke to a person who went through what we just went through as well abroad in Cyprus, and then we got speaking to them, and then we spoke to the agency, and this was I think 2023.
Yeah, so we decided it was time to speak to one of the agencies in Cyprus. Cyprus was the country we'd landed on. It was part of Europe, so closer, not as expensive as North America.
I think Canada and Cyprus were very similar, but for us to fly to Canada, it would have been more expensive. And we didn't know how many times we'd have to kind of go there, so we thought it'll be more than once. And we thought that'll add to the cost as well. So even though the prices were similar, or maybe Canada was a little bit cheaper, overall it would have been more expensive. So we decided on Cyprus.
There will often be a country that is probably right for the couple at that particular time. And things change, laws change in different countries at different times. And it might depend on the sex of the couple. So, for example, there's some countries where we wouldn't be able to, like Georgia, where lots of heterosexual couples from the UK go to, but that wouldn't be open to us.
Yeah.
Maybe even like our nationalities could have played into what a country that may or may not be open to you.
Yeah.
And there are in fact, we sort of gotten to know a surrogacy consultant, who's able to help talk us through sort of these decisions. So there are people out there who know a lot about it. It's always worth having a chat to someone like that when you're thinking about it.
Right. So, like, when you go through this commercial surrogacy, like, is there some sort of a prioritization? Like, when you adopt a kid through services, like, you get sort of prioritized, right, based on I don't know, some criteria. Did you feel anything like? Did you feel that as gay parents you were like at least discriminated to some extent or something like that, or were there any issues like that, or was the process really smooth in that sense?
No, because these companies work with all couples. No, not everyone, but like this particular organization we work with. I think they're more with homosexual couples as well, because they know that it's a market as well. So I think we didn't have any discrimination whatsoever. It was fairly smooth for us.
Right. So the adoption process inside UK, like, how was that like? Do you think that it's more difficult for gay parents to adopt a kid through the legal process compared to straight couple? Is there a difference, or like how's your experience?
I don't know the answer to that. So
I can't imagine there would be, because that would be discrimination, and I don't think UK would allow.
I can imagine it would be.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, we don't know. I could be wrong about this. But from what I gather, a lot goes on to make sure the child is going to be in the right environment for them, and that doesn't mean whether their new family will be homosexual, heterosexual, or anything like that. But any kind of stability, and I can see a situation where so what I do know is I think often they try and place a child with someone of the same sort of skin color, for example. So if you're trying to make this child feel like they're in the same environment, then perhaps something like that wouldn't necessarily. In fact, I have friends who looked into adoption who were a gay couple, and they were told by the local authority, by the council, who they were sort of started to work with, that it wasn't right it wouldn't work for them, and that was actually because of they were both teachers, and they were sort of told because one of them wasn't prepared to sort of stay at home.
So it's not because they were teachers; it's because they were both full-time employed, and so they wanted someone to be at home to look after.
And that's the reason, because a lot of the children who are coming through the system now, come with as one would expect, with baggage, if thinking about the environments they're coming from, or potentially coming from. So that child does need someone there 24/7 who isn't at work 8 hours a day. And that was kind of sort of come back to part of the reason why surrogacy was the right option for us.
Right. So so when it comes to adopting, basically you need to think of the kid's safety, and the environment that the kid is getting, is raised. So I think probably you went through like a rigorous process of being monitored, or how's that process from the government, or like that after you adopt the kid?
So is adoption rather than surrogacy? Adoption or surrogacy?
Sorry, adoption in the UK, like within UK.
So but we're not expert, because we didn't take that route. We don't know too much about what that would look like now. But I think it would be completely depend. I've got some friends who've looked into it, and for their own reasons, didn't take that route either. But it completely definitely depends on the child's relationship with their birth parents, where that child is coming from, But yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
there would certainly be a lot.
The whole adoption process happens where the surrogacy happens elsewhere, right? So you just right?
No, so adoption and surrogacy are two very different.
Yeah, that's what I want to understand. Yeah, like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you chose surrogacy in a different country, but then again, the adoption process happens within the UK. Is that how it
No,
is?
no, no. So
Oh,
surrogacy would be completely, because biologically that the children are mine,
right.
or one of ours happens
Oh,
to be mine.
yes, that's
Yeah, so it
okay.
wouldn't
Got it.
be adoption, so
Yeah,
it'll still
my bad.
be the
Yeah.
surrogacy. So adoption would be
All
very
right.
much someone else's
Right.
DNA completely.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
that was a stupid question.
No, not at
So,
all.
yeah,
It's very confusing. There's so many.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
if you
it's
don't.
such a minefield.
Yeah.
Is the
Yeah,
whole
like
space. Mm.
just until you actually mentioned it that it's your kid, right? Like it's basically your blood. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
there's no adoption. You basically like you're bringing in your kid. That
No,
makes
so but I
sense.
think what's different is, so there is a thing after called a parental order, where that's where the government gets involved. And you spoke about like monitoring. So it's not so much monitoring where they come and come to your house to kind of check that the space is okay, the child's welfare, and then we go to court to get the parental order. So that way, the birth certificate, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So it goes, we'll have both of our names, and we'll take because previously the surrogate's name and my name, because it's international, were on the birth certificate. But now the surrogate's name is taken out, and Damien's name comes as parent. So in the UK, it's parent 1 and parent 2, and not mother and father.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So it's
Yeah.
just with that's much more inclusive than calling father and mother, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really interesting.
I think it's progressive, isn't it? Like obviously,
It is very,
traditionally, it was mother and father, and now the world is changing. So, like,
right.
yeah, just adapting. It's just that
Yeah,
words,
really
like a word, will make a huge difference.
yeah, like that's something that we don't actually like pay attention to. Like we emphasize like words matter, right? Like we laugh at political correctness and everything. Maybe in some cases too much political correctness may be not sufficient, but I mean not required. But then again, it does matter. Like those, for example, in this case, like calling it parent 1 and parent 2 makes it much more inclusive than forcing ideology or forcing this model of a family should be mother and father, and right.
Yeah,
for sure.
It excludes not just same-sex couples, it excludes single parents, right? It basically demonizes, or like maybe it hurts the feelings of even a kid with a single parent, right? It makes it may even makes them feel like there's something lesser than a kid with both parents, which is not the case, right? So it's a really good point, and I didn't even realize that that's a thing.
I mean, to be fair, like we wouldn't have known any of these things. The only reason is because we're going through it, and we've gone through it. We are more aware, and I think just having the opportunity to speak to you and allowing us to speak to you gives us this opportunity to kind of spread that information to other people as well.
Yeah.
Because why else would you know?
Exactly. Like, it's interesting to me also because I'm gay and we've been talking about this, maybe not as serious as now, now that I'm talking to you, but like I'm learning a lot of new things. The more I learn about it and the more it makes me feel better about the more I want to do it, maybe have a kid. But like it makes it less and less impossible now to me also, like when I talk to you.
I mean, I'm sure it's very similar to how we felt, not really that long ago. Like this was such a parenthood was so far away of so many predecessors, so many legal requirements, so much money, just so many blocks in the way along that journey. But
But I think it also helps with the both of us. We are two very, very different people. I am very
Right.
much in my own world, whereas Damien is the pragmatic, practical person who gets things done. I don't
Mhm.
really worry about that. I just think,
You set goals.
yeah, this is what I need. Like for me, it wasn't like surrogacy or adoption. Like I will have my own child.
Right.
How that happens, that's not my problem. That will happen. That's the
Right.
universe's problem, not
Right.
mine. I will dream it. Universe has to bring it to
Yeah.
me. And here's the universe.
It's the universe. Nice. Yeah, really amazing to see that works out. Like you set goals
Yeah.
and somehow it happens, but that's somehow over there. That's
That's
how it
somehow.
happens. That's really
And
nice.
it
Yeah, it's
reminds
really
me
lovely.
every day.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm a little bit. I think I don't know if it's Sri Lankan. I'm also like that. I do dream a lot. But I suck at getting things, like executing things. Sometimes if I'm really motivated, I would execute things. But then again, like mostly Suranga makes things happen.
Yeah.
Especially like so we bought this house like 3 or 4 years ago. He's been always. I always wanted to buy a house, but I would if I were single or if I were by myself, I would never do that. But that's he executed it. Like he basically. I think that having a kid might happen also. Like if he,
There you go.
if I say the,
Yeah, I think you
second yes.
need that dynamic as well. If you're both the
Right.
same, both practical, and then no one's the dreamer, you'll be very. Yeah, I don't know what would happen.
This is his excuse anyway.
I don't do things. I will dream it. You do the thing. They're like, oh, I'm
he has a
thinking of
list
this
of all
for dinner
the
today.
dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I can actually totally relate to that also. Like, and it's really lovely, and it's so interesting that it works out that way also.
It works out, doesn't it? It works
did.
out.
The kids. Yeah. So right now you're still you're taking time off, right, Pasan? But Damien, you basically work from home, so that basically you're both home and taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
So
we're both doing that at the moment. So we both taken time out from working in the schools. That's what we did from September. So for the last few months, we've both been doing online work. So we do online tuition, and it just means that we can time both of our diaries around each other and around babies to make sure that at least one of us is always not working. So that, and then it's really nice because, we're never doing more than a few hours each a day. So we get some hours each with the babies, we get some hours all together, and it's just really nice to have that time as a unit. It's been really precious.
Yeah.
When they sleep, do they both sleep together or like
So they've got their cots are sort of like back to back, head to head. So they're in their own cots and they can't see each other unless they stand up in their cots and look over each other. But they do that quite a lot.
When they wake up, they'll it's like neighbors, like looking after from the parapet and just kind of saying, "What are you up to?"
They can speak yet, but they are probably like telepathically like.
Yeah. They're still babbling and they look at each other and smile. It's very cute. It's very cute. They'll be 1 year in like 2-3 weeks time. So they can't speak yet, and then they can't walk yet, but they get places and they get their way.
So but do you like plan the futures of them? Like how is that happening? Like, there's a huge future ahead, right? How does it stress you out? Like, how's that feeling as parents?
I think in terms of education, like we're both teachers as well, so like that's fairly okay. I generally don't stress too much.
That's
his
job. I think I've mellowed a bit as well over the last year or so. We've we've got some sort of like plans, haven't we, for the sort of next couple of years, and then we're just going to see where things go. Like we would like to live abroad at some point soon. now's the right time whilst the little ones are young, because as soon as they start school, I think it's a bit mean moving them, once they're settled. So we'd like to maybe get away for a few years and set up somewhere hot.
Right.
Yeah, just for a little
Nice.
bit. So we've got eyes maybe on sort of heading to Asia for a little bit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Until they start schooling, right? Going to school.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
not sure. We'll play it by ear. We're just sort of
That's
book
nice. Yeah.
nothing, no return trip, and we might come back after a year. We might come back after 10. Who knows?
Yeah.
Nice. So like, when it comes to parenting, like, you have this, I don't know, you have like different parenting methods, right? Like, do you have like a set, you've decided, okay, we are going to be these kind of parents, like this is our parenting style. Do you have something like it on stone or something that you follow, or is just being good parent?
I think we're kind of making it up as we go along.
As most parents do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Learning on the job.
I think people who are not parents would think, oh, they're going to have a plan.
Right.
Everything's going to be according to like.
These are questions that I have actually.
Yeah.
Basically asking questions.
You will not have time to be coming up with a plan.
Yeah. Every day is a challenge.
Yeah. Those plans will go out that window. So there's no point.
Right. Because
I think it's quite nice taking like every day as it comes, because every day it's similar, but it's still different because you can see them kind of grow, and it's so precious.
Yeah.
And we're so fortunate to be able to kind of have that as well, and see that. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Because when we have all these parenting books and everything that, with all these methodologies and everything. Yeah. When you try to stick to those, and it could be like, you'll eventually start controlling your kids, and, and you'll probably get annoyed when things doesn't go.
The thing is, they all contradict each other as well. So we had our book that
I didn't have a book.
I did for like the first 6 months, and there'd be a new chapter every week. So it was baby week by week.
Yeah.
But one thing you'd read in there would be something completely different on somewhere else.
Yeah, because Damien would be listening to the audiobook, and I'd be listening, doing something else. And usually, like, our babies, they're not advanced, but like they'd be doing something more advanced than what the audiobook is saying. And we're like, they've done that like 2 weeks ago.
I think the thing is, and it's a bit of a cliche, but like you really know your own babies. You're the expert of your own baby. No two babies.
But I think before you have the baby, I think it's good to kind of be prepared, and I think that shows that you're really kind of getting prepared for what's to come. And I think once the baby's there, you won't have time for reading.
I do remember being worried before the babies came, so I was like, I don't know how to look after a baby in that sense. So I was like reading books and reading articles, and we went to again CT classes.
Yeah,
and worried's the wrong word. I think you'll never think I'm now ready. In terms, you'll always think like, what am I going to do when the baby comes? But
I was always ready.
But you are, your baby is
Yeah, that's interesting. So so basically you're learning on the job.
Well, for sure. You can watch. For example, I had never changed a baby's nappy before, and that's probably the case for most people.
Yeah, no, I haven't either.
And
but I think people make that changing the nappy like such a scary thing, and then you're like, okay, why is everyone making such a big? But there is no need for anyone to like practice on someone else's baby. Like there is zero need.
Yeah, on it with any of it.
I mean, you do it like 3 or 4 times, and you
exactly.
can do it.
So you've done it 3 or 4 times in the first 2 hours. So
first 2 within a day you're done. Like you
are an expert. You can do like a whole TED talk on it. But I think there's a lot of like people are put off by like are made anxious because like, oh, it's a huge responsibility. Like, how do you take care of it? Your baby, but like once you're there and once you're with your baby, like it all becomes very much second nature, and you just get on with it.
Right.
Just don't drop the baby. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's good. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what changed in your life once the baby? I mean, I know it's a huge change, but in terms of your day-to-day life, your social life, as gay, basically being gay, and one of the things that being gay is like we are much more, I don't know, free than compared to us, probably a straight couple. I don't know, like there's a certain lifestyle, and you probably had to like sacrifice a certain social lifestyle. Did you have to, or like what changed? Do you miss something compared to your previous
I don't
life?
know. I think we were just like, we had a friend over for lunch today as well, and we were saying how we've probably gone out on more dates before we had the babies. Because when
Oh,
like
okay.
Damien's mother comes over for babysitting and stuff, I think
Right.
like every night we'd go out. So I think we probably have more of a social life now
Right.
than before we had the
These are
babies.
again questions that I have.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like I think before the babies, it was like very much work, and you'd come
Right.
home and maybe you'd see some friends and have some people over. And again, we still like the babies go to sleep at 7:30, and our babies are fairly okay with sound. So like they're sleeping
Mhm,
upstairs.
mhm.
Um, so we will have friends over for like board games and things.
Okay.
So like I don't think for
Hmm.
us personally, and I'm sure it's different, it changed too much.
I think it changed a bit, but
Yeah,
didn't reduce. It just changed and changed.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
A
Not
change
to
is
an
good.
extent where it bothers you, right? It just because okay.
No,
Mm.
and I
Yeah.
think for us, because we're both at home, like I think was it yesterday or the day before, like Damien had some friends over and then he went out and he came home late, and I'm going out tomorrow to see my
Mhm.
sister-in-law's in town. So like we can both take in turns to look after children and still have,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
when we have Damien's parents who come over, then we go out together. I think like a few weeks or like a few months ago, we went to Heaven, which is like one of the biggest gay clubs in
Right.
London, our oldest gay clubs rather.
Nice.
And we were out till like 5:30.
Oh,
And I don't think we've done that ever,
yeah.
even before
Yeah, I don't
children.
remember doing that either.
Yeah.
Recently either.
Yeah. So I think that was us pushing to see how much we as
Believe me.
parents, as new parents,
Right. Yeah,
just
that's
so we can
interesting.
tell people that we were out till 5:30.
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
2 kids, but we've been out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we came home the next day, and then we're like again waking up at like 8 o'clock, giving them, or 9 o'clock, and giving them the
Well,
breakfast, etc.
I did.
Well, one of us is that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you do get support from your family, right? From your parents and
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So in
Do you
terms
think?
of, so
Yeah.
yeah, my parents live in the UK, so they come down and help with like babysitting every now and again,
Right.
like at a weekend. Yeah, they love
Right.
it because they get to spend a weekend with us all and with their little ones, little grandchildren.
Right.
We get a couple of nights where once we put the babies to bed, we can go and have a bit of fun together, which is nice.
Nice.
And yeah, your family's all very happy for us, aren't they? Very supportive.
Yeah. I mean, they're in Sri Lanka, so they can't come, but yeah.
Have they visited after you got the kids?
No,
Your
because it's
parents?
difficult for them to get their
Right.
visas and things. And also,
Yeah.
they were planning on coming, but then my mother had like arthritis. They were going to come in the summertime because it's cold as well. So
Right.
what we'll do is we'll go there in, I think,
Right.
like next year.
Right.
We'll travel there, and they can meet the babies.
We've got
Right.
plans to go for a month, hopefully
Yeah.
at some point.
Nice. So I'm kind of interested about asking you so you basically have brown parents, right? Like probably conservative to some extent, coming from Sri Lanka. How did they receive? Okay, not maybe. I think we discussed about like how they received about you coming out to them and all that. But then again, how was that to them? You're adopting kids. Were they on board with it, or did they have questions about it? Did they have you know any worries or anything? I mean, anything. How was that?
Yeah, I think they're very. I think they know me, and
Right.
they know like I'm usually kind of go and get what I want
Mhm.
kind of thing. So I don't think that was ever a question or a concern for them. They were like,
Mhm.
"Nah,
Mhm.
he'll
Mhm.
he'll always do whatever he wants," kind of
Right.
thing.
Mhm.
So, and also they've got other grandchildren. So I think it was in their mind, they've met Damien, like we've been home so many times as well.
Mhm.
It's just like having any other grandchild,
Right.
and they have 4 now. So
Right.
this is the 5th and 6th grandchildren. So it's like they've had grandchildren. So
Right.
it's another set.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was that was not massively excited or not excited either. It's just normal.
It's like neutral.
Yeah,
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 just like
yeah.
having more grandchildren.
Yeah, like imagine like
Yeah.
the typical father who's like, yeah, okay. So I
Oh,
think
yeah, yeah.
that's very much
Typical
it.
Sri Lankan father. Yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
care.
yeah.
Like,
It's
yeah,
like, oh, I came top of the class. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just went through this huge process and got like these 2 children of my own DNA. Like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can relate to that. Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, like men in Sri Lanka, we are like they are taught to not show and express feelings or emotions too much, right? Like just
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think it's very much like the male figure. Like my mother's very excited and stuff, but like my
Mhm.
father is. I'm sure he's
Right.
excited in his own way, but like for
Inside,
him, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, but why are you giving up your job? Why?
Oh, right.
Wow, like how are you going to be earning money? Like
Mhm.
it's all the practicalities of it as opposed to, and I
Mhm.
think that's for him because that's how he brought us up as well. So for him, it's what's the financial situation going to
Mhm.
be, and because
Right,
that's the love, the money would be the love in terms of supporting and kind of
right,
bringing you up. So I suppose you need a bit of both as well, because you do
right.
need the finances, and of course you need the
Yeah,
emotional support as well, but like we can give both. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
right. How about from your relatives, like aunts, uncles?
Yeah, so as soon as the babies were born, um I messaged them and we had video calls
Mm-hmm.
with almost all of them as well, and they were very much like sending congratulations, and we was on the phone for a long time on
Right.
like video calls and stuff. Um, yeah, like I'm very fortunate. Like no one's like it's. I think they're all very happy for
Mm-hmm.
us as
Hmm.
well. And again, I think they very much know my personality of like I don't
Right.
really care what people
Yeah.
think, and I just do my own thing.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing. So both of you are like very visible on socials and about your parenting stuff and adopting your kids and things like that. How was that experience? Did you get any comments or feedback on how to parent? Oh, you shouldn't be parenting. You shouldn't be parents at all. Being gay and being a gay
Mm,
couple. How was that
I think
experience?
0 on Instagram. Again, Instagram is very, very
Is-
small. So on TikTok, there were loads of people
Mhm.
who had lots of opinions, but then just opinions, and it was just nice to read people are engaging in it.
Right.
So it was like
The reach is good reach.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So like we were, we don't take anything too hard. Anyway,
Right.
so we were just like, I think we were bored as well because the babies are sleeping and we have nothing else to do. So I think we were like uh, tormenting the tormentors by like, oh, what do
Right.
you mean by? And it's also a lot of
Trolling,
religious ones as
trolling
well.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's also
Yeah.
like, oh, you need to have the Bible in your house. And like, oh, where can we get one of these Bibles? And like things like that. So like, I think it was just us having a bit of fun as well.
Right.
Um, yeah, and everyone will have their opinions as well, and yeah, you just got to do your own thing.
Yeah. How
I
about
think the thing that
Damien's
we
mother?
remember is that for every sort of like one hateful comment that there is out there, there's always there's one loving message, and there's
Mhm.
also then another 98 people who are just not hateful, who are just not
Right.
writing, but who are
Right.
actually still enjoying seeing what we're doing or learning from what
Mhm.
we're saying.
Right.
So that's why I think it's why we think it's important to be visible. we don't
Yeah.
let the haters get us down.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's
what's
also nice to
important.
see that so many other parents like us who are also visible. And I think it's nice to see more and more people coming
Right.
out. And I think the more that's there, it's going to be
Right.
encouraging and giving kind of the confidence and the ability for people to be like, yeah, maybe I can also dream and have this for myself as
Right.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the importance of being visible, right? Like, for example, like you were visible, and that was a reason for me to, like, reach out to you and like have some hope for us also, right? Because it's not like the importance of being visible as queer people is because like just that, because there could be other people in the dark without knowing what to do and thinking it's impossible, but your visibility matters and gives them hope. And also like yeah, I mean, especially people in Sri Lanka, they think it's not a, I don't know how to say that, parenting as 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 being gay parents basically is next to impossible, and it's not something we should be doing. Also, it's something that it's not an environment that a kid should be raised. Also, that's the most popular argument. But you guys actually like prove that that's not the case, and also through you guys that we learned that there are like legal you know legally
Road
it's
to
possible
parenting.
as
Yeah.
yeah. And also the most interesting thing that I learned was that having your names as parent 1 and 2 on the birth certificate, which is very progressive. For some, it might be a very trivial thing, but then again, to me, it's a huge thing. Being sensitive, being gay, and also being sensitive about that, which is really interesting. I didn't actually know about that before actually told me that. Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, I think we can. I learned a lot from you guys, and from the day I actually saw you on Instagram and socials, I was like really happy. It made me happy to like see you with
Oh,
kids.
thank you.
It gave me hope, and
Thank-
it gave even Suranga was talking about. We were actually talking about you guys. We were. I was actually I've been thinking about like reaching out to you guys, but then again, yeah, I was yeah. I'm glad that I did, and thank you
We're
so much for like
excited
saying
too.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, no, thank you for like the opportunity. We've really enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
we always, we what we do want to speak about our experiences to let the world know, because
Yeah.
like the world be full of like even more love when there are more parents and more parents that look like like us, and we in on a selfish level, we want
Right.
there to be more gay parents out there so that
Right.
our children have a bigger community as well.
Right.
And as you said earlier, there's some parts of the world, some people say that maybe the haters say that two dads shouldn't be a family, but
Mhm.
we're really happy that you said that we live like a nice family unit, because that's all a family needs, just love.
Yeah, I think that's
not
the
two parents, not a man and a woman. It could be one parent.
Yeah.
It could be 3 parents, 4 parents.
yeah.
Just love.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the key message. It's not a mother and father. I think you just imagine you have the biological mother and biological father, but like there's no love for that child. And you see so many of this. But how is that better than two people who love these children unconditionally to the moon and back? And
Right.
why is that not okay? And why is that child who's with, like, it doesn't make sense? And these are things that have been indoctrinated with like nursery rhymes to like Disney films to all these things growing
Yeah.
up, in a way kind of like put into everyone's minds and thinking this is what a family looks like and you have happily ever after.
Right.
But in reality, like the world is so different than what we've been led to believe, right? Like remember, like we thought Santa Claus was real, and guess what? Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So like the world is very different, and I think just being kind of opening your eyes and kind of seeing the possibilities and just letting people be and let live and
Yeah.
like just dream.
Yeah. I mean, also like you had to go through a lot to get these 2 kids. Like, so because you really wanted kids and because we really love your kids. So it doesn't matter whether you're 2 men raising kids. It's just because you really wanted to have kids. So you have that willpower and you have that love, that so much of love within you to give to your kids. So I think this is an ideal household for a kid, right? This is what
They can never say they weren't wanted. That's for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
We
Yeah.
will show them the receipts.
Yes.
Every time
So,
they're naughty,
yeah.
we're like, look how much we cost us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. It was actually really nice talking to you guys. It gives
Thank
me
you so
hope.
much for giving us the opportunity and the platform to kind of share our story as well. That's really, really nice of you.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you. And yeah, I hope people, everyone who's watching this would receive this positively and would feel as happy as I am right now.
And if they've got any questions, I hope they've got our handle. We're Dad's 2
Yes.
wins. Dad's number 2 wins. Get in touch. We'd love to speak to anyone who just wants to know more about surrogacy, either because that's something they're thinking about for themselves, or they just want to understand more about it for whatever reason. We want to share the great word and hopefully help as many other intended parents as possible.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. I'll put the handles in the beginning of the video so people would reach out to you. Yeah, thank you so much. And
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.